For millions of years, nature has been transforming atmospheric carbon into solid rock. It's the geobiochemical carbon cycle, a slow but fundamental process for the planet. Carbonated rocks form gradually, fixing CO2 from the atmosphere. But now scientists have discovered how to replicate this process in the laboratory, reducing millions of years to just a few days. It's accelerated carbonation. In the mountains of Portugal, traditional sheep farming generates an unexpected residue. Low-quality wool, not used by industry, accumulates in large quantities. In biomass plants and domestic fireplaces, wood burning leaves behind mineral-rich ashes. And in cities, building demolition produces tons of construction waste with high calcium and magnesium content. 3 types of apparently worthless residues, but which can be transformed into sustainable construction materials. The secret lies in simple chemistry. Calcium and magnesium react with carbon dioxide, forming stable carbonates. It's the same reaction that creates limestone rocks in nature. Biomass and wool don't fix carbon directly. Their function is to create porosity in the mixture, allowing CO2 to penetrate more deeply and react with the minerals. The more porous the material, the more efficient the carbonation. The process begins with careful preparation of the mixtures. Construction and demolition waste is combined with industrial slag, biomass ashes, and wool fibres. The proportions are adjusted according to the desired result. Denser materials for structural blocks, or more porous ones for insulating panels. The samples enter a carbonation chamber, where they are exposed to high concentrations of CO2. In just a few hours, the gas is absorbed and fixed in the minerals. The result is a solid material that has permanently captured carbon in its structure. These materials can be moulded into different formats. Lightweight panels with good thermal insulation properties, ideal for wall cladding, or denser blocks for modular construction. Although less resistant than conventional concrete, they are robust enough for specific applications. In cold regions like the Portuguese mountains, the insulating properties of these materials can contribute to housing energy efficiency, reducing heating requirements. The use of these residues brings concrete environmental benefits. Wool that would accumulate indefinitely finds a useful application. Construction and demolition waste, which would occupy space in landfills, is reintegrated into the production cycle. But perhaps the most significant benefit is carbon capture. Conventional Portland cement is responsible for about 8% of global CO2 emissions. For every tonne produced, almost 1 tonne of CO2 is released into the atmosphere. These materials do the opposite. They absorb CO2 during their production, transforming a greenhouse gas into a stable component of the mineral structure. This approach aligns with the European vision of a circular bioeconomy promoted by the new European Bauhaus Academy. The concept is replicable. Other regions with sheep farming, biomass plants, or construction waste can adapt the process to their local resources. The goal is to create a decentralized production network where construction materials are produced locally from regional waste, reducing transport and emissions. From nature, we learn the principle. In the laboratory, we accelerate the process. With local waste, we create functional materials. But this is more than construction. It's about recognizing that there is no waste in nature, only poorly used resources. It's about transforming the problem into a solution. Every discarded wool fibre, every handful of ash, every fragment of demolished concrete carries within it the potential for regeneration. We are at a crossroads. We can continue to extract, to pollute, to accumulate waste. Or we can observe Earth's millennial cycles and learn from them. We can transform the CO2 that threatens the climate into an ally of construction. We can give new life to what has been discarded. The future is not only in the technologies we invent, it lies in the wisdom of imitating nature, of closing the cycles, of leaving the planet not just habitable, but regenerated. One block at a time, one panel at a time, one choice at a time. The change has already begun, in the mountains of Portugal and in laboratories throughout Europe. And it can also begin in your region, with the resources you already have. Because the construction of tomorrow is not made with what we extract from the earth, but with what we give back to it.